Hi, I'm Aisha.
Hey, I'm Jasmine.
What's up? It's 1228.
And we're IJT Productions.
Hi, welcome back, everybody. This is IJT Productions, and today we have some special guests with us. Today we are, you know, really excited about doing collabs. We've been doing some collabs lately, so we got a special guest, and we would like to have our guests introduce yourselves and let the people know what you guys do and where can they follow you and all that good stuff.
All right, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. My name is Michael. I'm part of the podcast with my cousins, Hollister, Menelik, and Tyron. I'll let them get their own introduction, but we have a YouTube channel called Sports Talk with the Fam. It's something like a podcast we just started. And we talk about different sports, whether it's MMA, basketball, baseball, football, whatever it may be, and different topics related to sports from a family perspective, because we all, brothers, cousins, and we look at each other as brothers. And this is what we do on a regular. It could get more exciting when we're in person, but obviously we try to capture some of those things on a platform like YouTube and like yours. So yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm Hollister, and like what Michael said, we're part of the Sports Talk with the Fam as well, and we here to entertain. Check out our channel as well too. We'll share the link as well too, and also want to thank IJT for having us on here. And we look forward to doing more collabos.
That's what's up. So, what made you guys want to start your channel? What was the idea? Where did it come from?
I mean, I would say since we've been growing up, we always talking about sports when we were with each other. So it was last year with the pandemic, we had a lot of time on our hands. So we was why not? Michael brought up, came up with the whole idea. He's why not put it on YouTube and let's see what happens with it. And that's how it started. We're coming up on a year. I think it's in July or June. Yeah, almost coming up on a year since we started.
Yeah. So I mean, what Hollister said, I mean, we always have these conversations. Every time we get together in a family function, we always talk, games, sports, wrestling, whatever we used to do, because we used to really, do these things as kids. And Hollister said, I used to have a podcast with one of my boys from my job, but we used to talk about everything. We used to talk about everything, girls, relationships, crazy stuff that happened in the media, whatever it may be. But it was just only straight audio. And that was before podcasts was really turning the corner and becoming something more popular. And I just had the idea one day and I said, let me just bring it up to them because we always doing this. Why not try to capture this and try to, make something of it? It's something fun that we can do together and kind of explore that platform and see where it takes us, especially with our, information and stuff like that we can provide. So that's how we did it.
Okay, cool. I think we got some other people. They're not on camera, but I don't know if they want to introduce themselves. I know y'all got a whole squad, but
yeah,
if you guys want to get on camera or y'all want to introduce, y'all more than welcome.
All right. So this is Menelik here. Similar to what Michael and Hollister said, usually we get together at family functions, events, whatever, and we chop it up about sports and a lot of those other topics. So this, like Hollister said, Michael kind of was like, hey, why don't we, try to do it in a different format and maybe throw it up on YouTube, see what happens. So, we just did it for that and we just figured, let's see what happens. That's pretty much the story, more or less. And I can't believe it's been almost a year already. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, for real.
Okay, well, that's really dope. That's really dope. Anybody else before we get this thing?
Well, I know Tyrone is here. I'm not sure if he's having issues with his technology. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But when it comes to the information as far as sports, he's one of the guys.
Y'all can hear me?
He's there? Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
We can hear you. Go for it.
You can hear me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Tyrone. I'm Hollister's older brother. And I told you, we talk a lot of sports. Been doing it for a while, so Mike came and everything, and here we are doing it. Everybody's starting to get more comfortable with it and all that. So, it's fun. It's fun to get up on every week and talk. And nice to meet you, though.
Likewise,
Well,
nice to meet you all. And again, we want to thank Sports with the Fan for stopping by and having a conversation with us. We really appreciate it. And we had a few questions that we wanted to kind of talk about. So one thing we wanted to discuss, and I wanted the IJT ladies to address this as well, is are women into sports? Like, is that a thing for y'all? Do y'all follow? Y'all have a favorite team? Y'all got a favorite player? Like, what y'all think?
favorite team? Okay, well, I haven't. Okay, I was very heavy into sports, because my dad would watch sports and he only had girls. So like we would have to watch it with him. And it was cool. It was cool. Like I would follow LeBron James, like ever since when he first came in the league and stuff. So it's cool to see where he's at now. That's amazing. I'm a Peyton Manning fan as well, so I watch football, but I know that he retired from the Denver Broncos and stuff ever since he won his championship. But just as far as sports, I could be a sports girl. I could be into it. I haven't been into it recently, so I don't know any of the new players. But I definitely want to get back into basketball because my son likes to play basketball and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, that's how much sports I would get into. But I'm not like I gotta go watch this game tonight. Oh, let me go see who's playing tonight. Like, no, that's not me. I'm more of, I gotta do my hair tonight.
Got it. Can you just show the people the shirt that you have on, if you don't mind?
Okay, this is for 12. The
Appreciate
New
it.
York Knicks shirt.
The best team, best team in the league. But
I mean, that's like a
Aisha,
vintage one.
What
all right.
did you just say?
See, you see.
I don't.
Nah, being funny.
Best team in the league. What did he just say?
This will let you know.
Best team in the
Tyrone,
league.
what
team is that?
He hates the Knicks so much for the passion.
Oh my God.
Like
12. I
this
told
is-
you. I told you.
This is serious. Like
New
Listen.
York.
You already see the hat that I'm wearing. You already see the hat that I'm wearing, but talking about New
I see the Bulls.
your life that makes them the best team in the league. What do they? Knicks. Because I just got on. I'm gonna take.
I think I can't really.
It's going in and out.
yeah, audio's going in and out, so you might want to get like a different spot.
Yeah,
Or
I
maybe
know.
take off
or
Wi-Fi.
I-
Or try
I heard
turn your
Bulls,
camera
you
off.
see this hat.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to take.
All right, we definitely gonna cut this
I'm gonna
part
take
out of
the
the
camera.
video, but
Yeah, he's anti New York, man. Like the last time I think he was a New York fan was the Yankees back in '96, and then after that, like he's been like anti New York everything, man, to me. But I mean, he's been loyal to all his teams, like Chicago Bulls thing. He's been a Bulls fan forever. I gave him mad props for that through the bad times, and he stuck with it while we jumped ship. He stuck with it, and I can't hate on him.
Y'all sure did. Y'all left me hanging. It's all right.
I kind of had that a little bit.
It was hard. It was hard.
Yeah, but it was like something to do.
Aisha, how about you?
They left me when Mike left.
What's that all?
I'm sorry. Say the question again, sorry.
Yeah. Are you an avid follower of sports, or do your homegirls or family do y'all follow sports at all?
I used to be for like events. So like the Super Bowl was a big deal for me. I used to be a Giants fan, especially with Victor Cruz on there. Bradshaw. But I want to say like I used to watch football because my dad was a Jets fan. So like Jay Mills, I was like, I can't do the whole Jets thing. It's just not gonna work. I'm like, you're a Carolina boy, so you should at least been with, your team. But he was a Jets fan and used to like the Giants. But when it came to basketball, I didn't really care so much for except for Allen Iverson. Like I had a person that I found attractive, and obviously he had hand and dribble skills. So I was like, oh, that's a plus. But other than that, I was not into it. Other than it was like eye candy, and then the skill set, I was like, okay, then I will watch sports. But as I got older, I stuck with like football, and then the whole Colin Kaepernick thing happened, and I was like, football's a dub. I was just like, if all the Black players left, we could have had our own league, and then the NFL would have been just like rugby. But it's just my views on it. But yeah, so I used to be, but not not anymore. Like I think, you know, if they gave him his job back, maybe, but I don't even know if he wants it at this point. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
so
he's past that.
he's done. So yeah, if anything, I would just watch basketball for the finals. That would be it.
Okay, that's what's up. So we gotta you know, since you know I'm a Knick fan, you know, some people would say I'm crazy for being a Knick fan, whatever. But we want to talk a little bit about delusional fan bases, right? Because like I stated earlier, like you can't tell me the Knicks ain't the best team. I don't care if we the 15 seed in the East. I'm still gonna rep my orange and blue. So what you guys think about what other fan bases out there? I can think of the Cowboys. The Cowboys is definitely an delusional fan base.
Raiders.
You know,
Raiders, yeah.
Okay, Raiders. What's some other teams that they just ain't doing it?
I have something that's not really a team, and I'm gonna let the other guys jump into. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm in this group on Facebook called like Basketball Binge, whatever, and the fans that I feel like are the most ravaged are LeBron fans. And there's no disrespect to LeBron; he's a great player.
Oh,
You know,
LeBron,
obviously I grew up in an 80s and 90s, and Michael Jordan is the GOAT. We already know that. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, wait. We gotta talk about, we gotta do gold talk after this. But
yeah. But I'm just saying, so we know that. So like I said, there's no disrespect to him, and you know, you give everybody their props, everybody they do. There's a lot of great plays in NBA, a lot of great plays in history in general. But I do realize that with LeBron fans, they are so savage, where it's like any little thing they can do to flip the script or make it like, you see what LeBron did? He played with a broken toenail. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan never do that. Or they was like, oh, you see what LeBron did? You know what I'm saying? His jersey had a rip in it. Michael Jordan would never had jersey rip in it and do it. It's like little things like that they find. And I'm just exaggerating a little bit, but y'all get my point. Where they try to make it like him doing what he's doing is so ridiculous that, you know, nobody else.
You're on mute, Mike.
I think LeBron did that.
Yeah, LeBron put you on mute. LeBron said mute. That's the LeBron fans.
I know, that's what I'm saying, like a LeBron fan. But yeah, I'll let somebody else. I have to take the quick call, but I'll let you know one of them answer.
Oh yeah, I would
Go
say,
for it.
I'll say the LeBron fans definitely, because if he like passed Jordan in minutes played, that would be blasted all over Sports Center. I'm like, nobody cares about the most minutes played. Like every little thing LeBron does, they exploit it to the extreme. And also, I would never say the Cowboys are definitely a delusional fan base. The Knicks, sorry, 12. And I would say
y'all saying a lot right now.
And I would say the Yankees a little bit too, because every time they sign a big name pitcher or hitter, are we going to the World Series? We gonna win? I'm like, dude, he's not even doing nothing. Same thing like when they got John Carlos Stanton, y'all went crazy. Oh, we gonna win the World Series? I ain't doing nothing yet.
Okay,
so that's one other guy.
So as far as the GOAT conversation, because that's a real long debate.
Sorry, I was just not to cut y'all out. I was gonna put in a couple of them. Yeah, but yeah, obviously Cowboy fans are like the most delusional when it comes to NFL. I branch it off and so I think it's in the NFL it's the Cowboys. In baseball, I think the Met fans, like I work with a lot of New York Met fans, and like they're very delusional also. Like these guys think it's over, like they're gonna win the division, this, that, and the third. I have a friend, I have to break it down to him all the time. I'm a Red Sox fan, so I have to break it down to him. Like, you guys try to win the back of the newspaper all the time. You guys don't try to win championships. Like, as much as I hate the Yankees, like, they win. Like, I don't agree with my brother when he said the Yankees they win. Like, I can't really say much else. They win. And in basketball, it's hands down the New York Knicks. I don't care what you say, all right? The New York Knicks are the most delusional fans in the history of the NBA. This is why I despise them so much. I never liked them, but grown up in Brooklyn and being around so many Knicks fans, that just talk and talk and talk. They haven't won since 73. They haven't won, bro. They haven't won since 73. I think Nixon was in office. Like, they gotta stop, man. Y'all not this. It's not the Mecca. This is not the most famous. I mean, the Garden is the most famous guys, but they. I mean, come on. The Detroit Pistons have more championships than them. You can't really bring up the Knicks in this legendary category like the Bulls, the Lakers, Celtics. Out of every sport, I'm putting the let you have that one in. You could agree.
Okay, so you know what? I was in a good mood, but you know, he just wanted to rain on my parade. You know,
I'm just getting warmed up on the Knicks. My cousins and my brother, I'm pretty sure they let you know, man. I'm just getting warmed up with them.
He hates them, man, and it's
Gave
like
you a little warning, 12. I gave you a warning.
I give you a quick example, like how much he hates them. We have a fantasy league that we play. So it's like, you know, pretty much with points. Yeah, if you guys are into daily fantasy, or even like just fantasy sports in general, we have a fantasy basketball league that I run that we play, and it don't matter if the player is great. It could be like Joel Embiid or somebody on the Knicks. If they have a New York Knicks uniform, he would not pick them up in fantasy, even if it can help him, you know, win. He would not pick them up. Like his hatred towards the Knicks is almost as bad as the delusion from some of the Knicks fans, as far as where they're gonna go throughout the year. Like, I'm not saying, like I said, I respect the Knicks. You know what I mean? I respect them for their New York team, but you know, I feel bad for Knicks fans because it's like, y'all been abused so much, and it's like, it's just sad, man. I really do feel for y'all, man. I'm happy that y'all making, you know, the strides to become a great organization, but it's just that when I see the pain that I have a Knicks fan at my job, man, and he was so angry that he called me one day randomly, and he was like, "Yo, Mike, man, I just had to really let it set in. Like, y'all got KD and Kyrie, man. Like he was really upset. Like, he was mad at his wife. I'm like, yo, bro, like, it's just a game. Like, they don't even know you. Like, you know, but he was just so hurt that
we just got
it all. Mike, let him talk. I want to hear his misery. Let him talk. I want to hear him explain this.
Well, see, you know,
you need to holler at T-Mobile and get better service.
Yo, I'm at my brother's house. It's his Wi-Fi, man.
You better get better.
He gotta fix his Wi-Fi, man.
So here's my thing that's so interesting. Like, y'all said all this stuff about how we only won 2 championships in the 70s and blah, blah, blah. But why y'all hate us like that? If we losing games, we should be out the way. We shouldn't even be a conversation. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand where the hate is coming from, because you're supposed to hate the greatness. You know, in the 90s, everybody was hating Jordan. He was winning championships. You know, in the 2000s, everybody was hating the Lakers because Shaq and Kobe. But what we did to y'all, but lost a couple championships and didn't make the playoffs for many years, and we got Melo, and that was a disaster. So I don't understand why. You know what I'm saying? Which I hate this for. I don't hate y'all, but
I respect the Knicks tremendously. Like I said, like, I have a small part in my heart for them, and my parents are, you know, Knicks fans. The only thing I would say is that I just hate what they did to their fan base, and I say this with like. When you look at certain places where you go in certain markets, they feel like, yo, you know what? We the Knicks, man. It don't matter. Whatever we do, they gonna eat it up. You know what I'm saying? We could put a bad product out there,
that's true,
right? And they gonna still go and sell out the arena. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times when they were going in there with the paper bags and stuff like that, and James Dolan getting mad because people saying sell the team and treating their legends the way they was treating their legends and throwing people out the arena. To me, I look at it like, you guys, like you, 12, y'all made the brand popular. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made the brand strong, because y'all like so gun-ho and diehard, and they just looked at you like a cash grab. So for me, it's like, now they're in the right direction. I feel that he actually took the steps to make y'all like a respectable organization by the right hirings. But you look at the Nets, they had to build from the ground up and build a culture that attracted, you know, star players to come there. So my only joke and criticism to a lot of Knicks fans is like, yo, man, y'all are here, y'all doing it all for them, for an organization that really don't really care about y'all or its fan base. And they seem to have made the change now, but we'll see how that goes. And like I said, y'all respectable. You know, I like watching y'all games. I'll, you know, turn on, see Clyde with his suits on and talk about, you know, the neophytes and all that stuff he
Come
be
on,
saying.
come on,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I watch
Come
that.
on, what,
You know what I'm saying?
what
I enjoy
other
that.
team got Clyde with the suits? What other team got that?
I mean,
you know what I'm
we got
saying?
Iron Eagle on our side. We got Richard Jefferson. We got a little something. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But like,
yeah,
I respect y'all.
it was low key an abusive relationship.
Yes,
It was low key a very toxic, abusive relationship. But you know, we starting to love ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We learning how to love ourselves again. So you know, it feel like, you know how people be in relationships and they get cheated on for all them years,
Oh my God.
and then they finally stop cheating. That's what this feel like.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
it was bad, man. And it's like y'all went to the counseling, you know what I'm saying? And you got the prop people in there and y'all helped y'all out. You know, you got Tibbs there, you got D Rose, you got some good quality players. I think y'all literally like a star away from being like really like a contender in the East.
Yeah, what I would like to see is them like draft well, develop young players, and like stop trying to trade everybody to just try to get a quick playoff push. Like, I'm like, listen, we ain't win since the '70s, so why we rushing now? You get what I'm saying? So let's just draft some good players. Let's get a good coach. Let's get a coach. Let's play some defense, and let's do it the slow way. Don't try to get a big three real fast or try to get some free agents. Like, let's get us a Giannis. Like, can we get a Giannis? Can we just get somebody in the first round, you know what I'm saying, that no under the radar and they turn out to be a star? Can we just get that? That's all I'm asking for. So I wanted to ask you guys, because I heard somebody say Jordan is the GOAT. So I can't just let that fly. We gotta address that.
Daddy, what did that say?
So
I'm coming.
why is Jordan the GOAT in your opinion? And can LeBron pass him? Like that's what I want to know. Can LeBron pass him? Holliston made a face. So Holliston, let's hear what you. I want to hear what you got.
Can LeBron pass Jordan as a GOAT? Hell no. Number one, you could compare all the stats, and you can do that. I can do it too. You can compare all the stats all you want. Nothing's going to change it. Nothing's going to change it. I'm gonna just save the rest for my brothers. I know they're going to tear this whole convo up.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. What are we basing it on? The 6 championships. What are we basing it on? Like, I need to know, because if we doing that, then Bill Russell's the GOAT. Like, we have to say Bill Russell.
I'm not gonna do the championships. We're gonna do like the accolades, like LeBron awards compared to Jordan. LeBron's missing some key ones, but I'm gonna let them get to it. LeBron's missing some key ones.
I'm gonna say something quick, and I'm gonna let my brother go, and then because Tyrone, like, he's like, we call him like
Daddy?
the human almanac. What's up, baby? 1 second. Actually, Mel, like, you go ahead. Let me say this quick.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna keep it brief. I say the bulk for Tyrone are going, but it's not just about championships. It's about impact, what he did for the sport, who he is, what he has meant to just society as a cultural icon. Like, he changed the sneaker game, right? He was one of the first athletes to really do a successful movie, like with Space Jam and all of that, right? On the court, he did more with less time than LeBron at this point. LeBron is still going, but Jordan played a lot less time. He ain't coming from high school. He came in after college, right? And he played less years. He retired, twice in his prime, right? And then once he got a competent team around him in his prime years, he pretty much never lost when he played a full season. I mean, just his impact, like I said, like if you look at the sneaker game, right? The signature shoe game, retro shoe game afterward, right? Jordan, right? He's an owner of a team now, the first former player to be a majority owner in the team. Like, he's extended outside of basketball too. He's doing like racing stuff. He's just as a celebrity cultural icon, as well as what he did on the court, how he elevated the game. He took the torch from Magic and Larry and carried the NBA even further, made it even more of a global brand icon. You have people all over the world looking at Michael Jordan. It took basketball where it wasn't as popular around the world and made it popular. What Jordan did for the game, both on and off the court, I think is unparalleled. LeBron has done a lot, and it's just a different era too, a different time, where So I'm not knocking him. He a legend too. He's done his thing. But for me, with all that stuff Jordan did, nah, it's no question for me.
Okay. I mean, Tyrone, you in the building? I heard you the last but not least. So it's Tyrone in the building.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's the greatest of all. Michael, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we hear you. Go ahead.
We can hear you.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time. I just want to hear what you got to say first before I even say anything. Honestly, I really have to hear your argument. First of all, I don't want to assume, so I want to know who you think is the GOAT before I even say anything.
So now it depends on, again, it depends on what we speaking of. Like if we're talking championships, because I think a lot of people just highlight the 6 championships that Jordan won. But I can argue that LeBron is the GOAT as well.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sit there and tell you about championships, but
okay, cool. So perfect.
I understand. So, yeah. You said LeBron, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you why I say LeBron is the GOAT. I think first of all, the longevity. No player has been able to play at this level for this long. Now you mentioned Jordan's. You guys mentioned Jordan's. 2 hiatuses that he took, the 2 retirements. I think that goes to show you the levels of talent. LeBron never had a Scottie Pippen for over his span of years. LeBron has literally took regular players and took them to the finals. Now, and I'm talking about when they played against the Warriors and they got swept and all that. I'm talking about those teams, but not that and I feel like he deserved that. He deserved, like, come on, he done got beat up he got swept by the Spurs. He deserved to get a big 3. So my thing is, Jordan always had a co-captain the entire time. Because when he didn't, he was getting swept. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say he's the GOAT past LeBron. LeBron is number 3 all time in scoring. He's top 10 in assists, top 15 in steals, and never got a defensive player of the year. So and then if we're going to talk off the court, LeBron has always used his platform to speak about things that's going on as far as, with racial injustice and things like that. Jordan never did that. So yeah, Jordan sold a bunch of sneakers and, he had a great career. But to just say that LeBron is just, like, to make it seem like LeBron is not even close, I can't
Hold
say
on.
that.
I didn't want to stop you in the middle of what you were saying, but I get the whole off the court stuff. But when I'm thinking GOAT, I'm thinking on the court. I ain't worried about off the court, to be honest with you. Because we talking about the greatest basketball player of all time. You want to say the greatest person, you might want to put LeBron over Mike if you feel like it. I can't argue that, but we talking about the on the court. I don't usually bring up like the off the court stuff. Like I know my cousin brought up the sneakers. Like that's not usually what I do. But if you want to bring up just pure basketball stuff, that's fine. I don't usually bring it.
So then there's no conversation. He's number 3 in scoring.
But you brought up top 15 in steals. Do you know where Michael is on that list?
He's lower than LeBron. Oh no, excuse me.
He's third.
You're right. He's third. You're right.
He's third all time. So right there, you lost that.
No. He's not third. No. Scotty's higher than him.
No, Scotty doesn't have more steals. No, right. I can tell you in order. It's John Stockton, Jason Kidd, Michael Jordan.
I got you right now.
Well, if you know these things off top,
Okay, listen, I'm here. Listen, let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
John Stockton, Jason Kidd, Michael Jordan.
1 second, hold on. But I'm listening. Go ahead, keep going.
No, we was talking about the steals, but you brought up the scoring, right? How many years did it take him to accomplish that? This is his what? Because they talk about it every time he plays. Oh my God!
Okay, so I stand corrected. He's number 3. My bad. But
okay.
But so then hold on. You gonna skip over the assist though? You want to skip over the assist?
Michael's not an assist guy. We know that.
Okay, so then he's not the GOAT. So we can keep moving on. So we can move on.
Wait.
So you said it's basketball. You said it's basketball. So you see he's number 3 in scoring and passing the ball.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done.
And he didn't have Scottie Pippen on his team. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Let me.
How do you get all those assists if he ain't have a top 50 player on his team? I'm just saying.
I'm ready. Listen,
I don't know.
I'm ready.
I'm just saying.
I could go all day with this. Let me ask you a question, right?
Talk to me. Let's go.
I'm gonna branch off to different people. Mm-hmm. Where would you rank Dwayne Wade and Scottie Pippen? Like, which one's better?
Scottie Pippen is a better player.
You don't believe that?
No, I do.
You don't believe that? Because as much as Scottie's my second all-time favorite player ever, but I would not rate him above Dwayne Wade. You can't tell me LeBron had way more All-Stars than Michael Jordan. So please don't tell me Scottie Pippen is a co-captain. Listen, and I love me some Scottie.
But is he not?
You can't tell me.
But is he not?
You can't. Huh?
I said, but is he not?
Scottie's definitely an all-time great. I wouldn't rate him above Dwayne Wade, but LeBron James played way more All-Stars than Michael Jordan. You could actually look that up. He's played with way more All-Stars than Michael Jordan. I mean, who else can you put? Horace Grant made 1 All-Star appearance. B.J. Armstrong made 1. Under Jordan's watch, there's only been 3 people that have made the All-Star team other than Michael while playing with Michael Jordan. That's Scottie, Horace Grant, and B.J. Armstrong. You can go down the list of people with LeBron James. I think Mo Williams actually made the All-Star team with LeBron James. Sajunas Ilgauskas made the team with LeBron James. Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love. You know, these guys have made the All-Star team under LeBron's watch. You know, Mike didn't play with so many All-Stars. All right. So when you bring up Scottie, because I hear this all the time. I hear everybody brings up, well, he had Scottie Pippen. But people act like when Scottie Pippen first came into the NBA, he was Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen averaged 5 points a game his first year in the NBA. I think it was 7, actually. I'm not too sure, in '88. So it wasn't like he was this big superstar when he first came to the league. He developed and got better. Because remember, the Pistons used to beat up on Mike and Scottie. So Scottie wasn't really Scottie yet. And when Scottie became a star is when they started winning. Yes, he did win championships with Scottie. He didn't win any without him. But let's not act like Scottie Pippen jumped into the NBA and they all of a sudden was this big conglomerate team that they became. LeBron James had to, after he couldn't beat the Boston Celtics all those years, he had to run to Miami and join D Wade and Chris Bosh and win championships there. And even that first year, they didn't win. Then he waits till Kyrie Irving gets a little better, and Kevin Love, he orchestrated the Kevin Love trade. Then he goes back to Cleveland. They win a title there. They ran into the Warriors. Okay, we get it. KD went there, and it was like no chance. I get it. You know, the Laker thing, yes, he did go over there before Anthony Davis, but let's be real. That to me, in my opinion, that's a setup. Those guys are friends. He went, all of a sudden he signed with Clutch Sports, like within months after LeBron left. And then, not Clutch Sports, after this, right before the season started. And then like after he started demanding a trade and he only wanted to go to LA, blah, blah. Like you could see that it was set up, written up. It was set up all the way through. So they go on, they have the season. Unfortunately, COVID prevented the season from continuing until like late July, and then they happen to win the championship. So if you want to bring up all-stars and stuff like that, you can't really tell me that LeBron James didn't play with more stars than Mike. Like you can't really debate that. You brought up one name. You brought up Scottie. I brought up about 5-6 names.
Dennis Rodman was there too.
But Dennis Rodman won.
Just saying, he just kind of was the defensive player of the year, champion.
But Dennis,
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying because Dennis Rodman only made 1 All-Star appearance, and that was in '92. He was still with the Pistons. He wasn't playing with Mike. I said
he's still the defensive player of the year.
He was.
I'm just saying.
Yes, and he was one of the greatest rebounders ever. But we're talking about. We're talking about guys that average double doubles. Dennis
hold on. I want to ask you this. What do you have to say about the Wizard years, Jordan Wizard years?
He was great.
Just curious.
He was great.
Just curious.
Let me
Oh, okay.
let me explain to you why,
Oh, okay.
right? Michael Jordan was
Wow.
so oh yeah, I'm about to hit you with something right now. Michael Jordan was so great. Do you know that he averaged 22.9 points his first year with the Wizards and 20 points flat his second year, and people said that was trash? He was so great that they thought his 20-point per game years were bad. And mind you, he was 39 the first year and 40 the second year. What 40-year-old you know averages 20? What 40-year-old you know scores
LeBron James.
20 in a game? I'm waiting for that answer. LeBron James. LeBron James is 36. LeBron James is 36, brother. He ain't 40.
I'm just saying. If we, that's fine. We can't speak on that. He didn't touch 40 yet.
Wait. And you brought up Dirk. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I was saying that.
I heard she was saying something.
No, she was singing a song. I think she was saying.
Don't worry.
Bring it over like Asian and whatever. I could be wrong. I think she was saying. I'm not sure.
Yeah, like she hit us with a song and just went on mute. But I don't know.
Oh.
But I'm just saying. So this great player that you said we could just miss playoffs. All this 20 points you was talking about. So why didn't they make playoffs? I'm just curious.
Can I jump in when you get a chance, T?
Okay, you're saying that, but he missed the playoffs at age 39 and 40. But people forget that LeBron James' first 2 years he missed the playoffs. I don't hear any talk about that. That never gets brought up.
Okay.
And that was another thing that they was mentioning. My bad.
That's fine.
So we're gonna argue. We're gonna argue a 39-year-old and a 40-year-old Michael Jordan's playoff appearances compared to LeBron's first 2 seasons, because he was the chosen one. According to him and everybody else, he was the chosen one when he first came. While he was on that high school magazine at 16 years old, right?
Chosen one, King James. That's
the chosen one. Remember that?
Right, but question. I just have a question. So did Jordan make the playoffs his first 2 years?
Yes, he did. He played his first season. They played the Milwaukee Bucks. They lost in 4 games. And the second year, they played the Boston Celtics, which was the 63-point game, and they got swept. But yes, he did make the playoffs. He made the playoffs every year. He made the playoffs every year of his career with the Chicago Bulls, even the year he came back from baseball.
Yes. Just real quick, and I know Tom was going in, and I had a little technical difficulties, whatever. But just on the jump,
you guys can stop me anytime.
I look at it like this. Like I said, LeBron is a great player. I think he's a great player. But when you look at players who are really great, like you look at Jordan and everything like that, they never ever say that they were the great one. They always say, "Look, man, I haven't played against like Will. I haven't played against this person. I haven't did this. I haven't did that. I can't really say it." LeBron, as well as his fans, always try to find a way to say that he is. And LeBron is chasing the GOAT. But to Tom's point, LeBron came in at 18. Mike came in at 22. Mike retired twice in his prime and still came back and dominated. Like Tom said, at a 39 and at 40, Michael Jordan was averaging over 20. Actually had a couple of 40-point games in that. And he was hurt a lot because of his knees, and they didn't make the playoffs. And he had Rip Hamilton and them as his teammates. They wasn't even doing nothing like that back then. Where LeBron, yes, he had some bad teams and stuff like that, but LeBron always had his hand in the cookie jar in the sense where he could kind of like get an all-star and get somebody to help him on that level. Now,
but it took a lot of years for that, though.
Yeah,
it took many years. It wasn't like out the gate.
Yeah, he learned the game, and I give that's what you got to pay homage to the people before. When you look at Mike, right? Mike, because of his skill set and his talent, it was allowing these guys to get the money that they're getting, as well as be able to have that kind of like player empowerment that they have. You know what I'm saying? So to me, LeBron is a great player, but you can't consider yourself the GOAT and you wearing the GOAT's number. You get what I'm saying? Like you come in the league wearing 23 because Michael Jordan was the one who set you up that way. Michael Jordan was the guy that you aspired to be. Michael Jordan was the guy that you looked up to. That's the GOATs he is chasing. Michael Jordan was also getting Defensive Player of the Year as well as MVPs and winning certain things like that. So he was doing things on a level that I felt that when it comes to competition, LeBron wasn't on that level. Like I think LeBron is a great player, but we have seen him freeze in moments where his team needed him most at times, depending on the circumstances. Where you look at Mike, no matter what it is, he was always trying to rise to the occasion. Like what they said, once Scottie Pippen became, Scottie Pippen and became a reliable asset, Michael Jordan has never missed the playoffs. And when they went to the finals, he has never lost the finals. So to me, Yeah, people want to say, oh, LeBron went there 10 times, but the competition is not as crazy as it was. The defensive schemes was not as crazy as it was. Back in the day, the playoffs was totally different. The first round was the best of 5. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have 7 games. You give Michael Jordan 7 games to win a playoff game, I'm pretty sure some of them games he probably wouldn't have lost. You know what I mean? At that. So he's won in college. He's did a lot for the sport. So for me, I just feel that his impact, the skill set he has, is transcends, generations, because of his size, the athleticism the man had, the way he played is like a totally different animal. Like, yes, LeBron is built, physical freak, you know what I mean, and all that other stuff like that. But it's like, I think the level of skill set when it comes to that is totally different. And if you want to give Kobe Bryant his flowers, may he rest in peace. I've seen Kobe Bryant cook a lot of these modern NBA players. And Kobe Bryant is like almost a carbon copy of Michael Jordan, and not even on Michael Jordan's level, really, 100%. And yet he was still giving these guys business. So it shows you how much Mike influenced the game and how good he is and how much of a GOAT he is, that somebody who was able to play between the eras was dominating these younger players when they would say Michael Jordan was playing against plumbers. So it's like, to me, you could just look and just tell, man. I know that sounds kind of basic, but you can just look at this, you could just see the difference between the two of them. And you could just see, like,
it's definitely different. It's definitely different.
Demands more,
No, I love the conversation. Maybe y'all have me as a guest, so we could dive more into it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and this is a debate every day. It seems like, just who's the GOAT? Is it Jordan? Is it LeBron? And it's really so many factors that you have to look into on both sides. It's not like it's just like all the way down here, because some people it all depends on what you're basing it off of, right? Like it all factors into a lot of different things. So I appreciate the back and forth. This was actually pretty fun. And I would definitely love to, dive more into, like, who's the GOAT and, more of, the greatest team ever in basketball history, the Knicks. But yeah, So yeah, y'all have any other questions, JT? I think you want no? Okay, cool. So with that said, I know we went a little long, but we want to thank Sports with the Fan one more time for joining us. We truly appreciate the back and forth. And
Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to y'all can't see Tyrone, but Tyrone is definitely in the building. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
there you go.
All
You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, don't do that. Don't do that song.
But listen, where can the people get in touch with you guys? Where can people follow you guys at?
We don't have an Instagram yet. I want to work on that, but y'all can go to YouTube, Sports Talk with the Fam. You see us there. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank you guys again for having us, man. It was a really fun experience. It is nice to see you ladies a part of this as well, because you don't really see a lot of, ladies out there, especially when it comes to sports and different topics like that. So I really do appreciate seeing that and appreciate your platform. And thank you guys for having us. And this is really fun. Thank you.
Yeah, so when LeBron wins this next championship, I'll have y'all back, and we could just see if it's no.
I mean, you gotta get past the Nets. You gotta get past the Nets first.
No, I'm just messing with y'all. But y'all do us a favor.
You gotta stop it, man, with this LeBron stuff. Don't worry, I wasn't finished with you yet, but it's all right. I'll get you next time.
All right, let's do it. But listen, y'all meet us in the comments. Let us know what y'all think. Y'all tell us who's the GOAT. Is it LeBron? Is it Jordan? Is it Kobe? Is it Wilt? Is it Bill Russell? Who is it? Is it Magic? Let us know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, thanks again for everybody watching. It's IJT Productions, and we out of here.